And welcome back to Oakley Hour, and we are continuing on our Time Old Alley build, and I'm really excited. Day 10, I am hoping that we're going to get a lot of this side finished. Yesterday we got this far. We have to finish off this building 4 and make a start on building 5. It's a shame that the light hasn't popped through here, but we will also, although it's not on the instructions yet, be playing with these wires, and all we're going to do is put them up and over this doorway on the paper. So let me get the stuff ready. Let's get going. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is actually do this wiring. And get that done. So I'm going to use Bondic for mine. It's up to yourselves what you want to use, but that is my chosen method here. So I'm just going to get that down here. I'm sure you've seen me use it before, but if not, it is your time. So you're not going to see much other than my hands right now. The thing I like about Bondic is it's quick. I mean, you can also glue it down, which is what they say. So all you do with Bondic is put like the weld on it and then use a UV light, and it dries it pretty quick. And that's already set. If I can get the lid off me. Bondic stuff is also very sticky, by the way. So I'm just going to have it a bit away from the door because I don't want it to go over like it's trying to do. But like I say, you can use glue if you prefer not to use Bondic. I'll get this one in, then I'll do the rest, and we will come back and put all the bits and pieces on. I just know that this is going to come up later. Maybe not even today, but it will come up. Alright, I will get the rest on. Okay, so that is done. Next we are going to make a washing line quick, just because I want it to be drying. So we have these 2 little brass beads and 5.2 centimeters of our small wire and a little piece of fabric here. So let's see if I can try and keep this in view. So I'm just going to pop it through one. Oh, if I can get the lid off my glue. Alright, first of all, I'm going to put it through both of them. Then put a piece of glue on each end and spread them out. Wow, my hands are very unsteady. Let me do it by hand, not tweezers maybe. Catch them if they can. Let's get the second one. Okay, and then I've got 2 in the middle there, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on each side and then move them to the ends. If I can do it without dropping it would be good. There we go, and separate them out. I already stuck to it. Okay, separate them out to the ends. So you go that way, mate, and you go, well, already went. And I'm going to leave that to dry. Actually, maybe I could put a dab on for this fabric while we're here. And then I'm going to leave that to dry because we will be needing that quite soon. So I'm just going to put a dab in the middle here. There. And that will work for that. So let's move on. I'm going to move my glue-in paper out the way with that on it. Put my side. Just straighten up that fabric a bit. Get that glue off that nail, otherwise I'm going to be playing catch with it all day. Alright, we are going to whiz along. So this piece that we did yesterday goes at the bottom here and around. So I'm going to get that done. This piece goes from, let's see, up here. Goes from here. The clothesline will go underneath that. Then we have the 2 doors which we need to do down the bottom here. So I've got 2 of those. We also have the eaves, which needs to go underneath here to do. And let me get those done and then I will be back. Okay, forgot to record, but basically I've done those. So the little roof that you can see here, the doors are on, and we are now going to put a few pieces on. And I was just complaining about the fact that this picture's rather small and doesn't want to go, and I put all the glue in place already. And then my phone rang, so you got denied those dulcet tones of the phone ringing. And then we have our sign, which says the same front and back, so it doesn't really matter which way it's going to go. And that's going to sit, well, it's got stuck together. I'm going to sit here, get a bit of glue on both sides of that. I'm going to put in our little steamer table back here, like so. And now we'll put the glue on for the table and chairs. So we are going to have one right by the hot dogs. It's a little table and it's going to have something really weird on. I'll show you in a minute. And then the table and chairs are just over this side. So you've got a table here, or you have a chair there rather, or here, and a table and things like that. So they're not chairs, they're little stools, but they're ready made. They didn't get us to make them. So this is one of the stools, and this one's right here, right by the steamer thing, because they don't need to find a way in or out, because they're good like that. This one's over here, a little chair, stool, and thingy that up, followed by our table that we made, which they want it facing with the chopsticks that side. Let's just make sure it gets enough glue. Oh, not quite like that. Oh, it's still very weak, this table. Just going to get enough glue on here. I think I should get a bit more actually. I'm trying to be more conservative. Maybe if I put a bit less on I won't get so much on me. That's the principle here. Maybe. Okay. Get those in a bit better position too. Well, it's going to go this way now because that's what I've done. Right. And then the last little chair here, but we will also need a little blob on top of this stool here. It's going to take a moment to dry, I think. And we will be needing to move this for the next thing, so I'm going to give it a minute to dry, or a couple of minutes. And then, very important, which seems a little bit bizarre to me, we are putting on, I guess it's a fan of some sort, is going to sit on the stool. I'm guessing that's what it is. I actually don't know what it is. It kind of looks like a thing, and that's roughly how they have it. So next we will be putting on our clothesline. Actually the plants we can do. So we're going to put four plants. So we need one into here, which I'm going to get the actual pot itself. So we need 3 along here, one there, because again they are worried about the safety of the people underneath. Then we want 2 on this side and 1 down the bottom. So let me get the one at the bottom first. I actually made up another one of these because I couldn't find it, but now I can see it very clearly. So I must have been, maybe I was getting it all together a bit late or something. Whoops, hit ya. So let's pop that down there. I put a bit of glue on its end. No, not there. You need to go in the balcony, my friend. There we go. Finally got there. And followed by the little bushy one that we made yesterday. I like these ones. Not quite hanging. And the one we made right at the start, this one here. Oops, doesn't want to go. Just like I've been with you, you've been my friend forever and ever. At least 10 days. Just going to grab some of that because I think I have those bits too close together. Does not want to leave the old tweezers there. And then lastly is the little tree thing we made, which I wouldn't want to be underneath this if it fell, because I think that would hurt. Alright, so next we are going to put our washing line in up here, which you can't see on camera right now, and some pictures right at the top. So give me a moment and I'll be back when this is all set. Okay, let's see if that's good enough. If anything falls, I'll just redo it. So we are going to need access to, so far so good, everything's in place. We need access to the top here. The first thing is our, oh, I stuck to it, clothesline, which is going to be glued. Ah, one of the beads fell off. Dang it. Other one's okay. Just bear with me, let me go and probably get another one. Okay, got another one, got it on. So it's going to stick down here. Let me bend it a bit more. It's a heavy sheet. Maybe it's not a sheet, maybe it's a blanket. It does have glue on, it's just a bit bent. Come on, in you go. Maybe I'll put a bit of glue on the cardboard too. I wasn't going to, but I think it needs it. There we go, now it's got its place. And then on the roof, we are going to put two pictures. I'm going to put one against the wall here, and one in front of it, kind of along here. Okay, so let's get that sorted. So one like that. I'm not sure what it's advertising. And then one, another paper one here. And this officially, I'll stand this up now because that won't stay like that. That officially completes this building. There are other bits that we're going to be doing to both scenes that hasn't been done. Like the first scene we did, we're going to be putting some, well, both of them, all of them, we're going to be putting some grass along the edges here on the roof as well. We are also going to be doing telegraph poles on the first one. Alright, let me get the next stage. Alright, so like I say, start with the little pieces. There's quite a few of them. So we need to put on these pieces on the see-through plasticky stuff. It shows 3 of them, so I don't think that one's one. Let me just check myself. It's on a different page, so it's those 2 and this one. So I'll get a little bit of glue on those and put them on the plastic. Can't pick this one up. And the rest we will get started on. And I will be, when I start doing the walls and things like that, definitely do it to a different order. And one of the pieces I'm not even sure that I'm going to manage. It's quite complicated. So let's start here with this one. Okay, so also going to put this on here, this like screening stuff. This on this window, so it faces that way. This onto here. Double this over, so the silver's on the outside, but around this stick, and that's going to become a shovel. So let's get on it and do those. Alright, so let's start with this one so I can get it out the way. A little bit of glue on here. Just want it on the end of it, so we don't need it on the whole thing. So something like so can go to one side. You can. Then this one, again, can do exactly the same. Put little dabs on, try and avoid the strings. Sorry, you see on my hand and not particularly what I'm doing. And then stick that on here. And try and put it in the corner. Less cutting and all that. And then followed by this one. I haven't put any more on the corners, I'm aware. Okay, make sure it's on there. And then this one, and that can all sit to one side for a moment. Like I say, I'm going to be doing some of this definitely different to what they say, because they kind of have the model, pretty much all this building put together before before you do some of it, and it doesn't make any sense to me. It makes more sense to it when it's you can lie it flat. Okay, those are sitting there. Then we have our window here with a picture. This stringy here. Get rid of that string in the middle. And this just needs to make sure you have the paper on the showing through the window. So something like so. And we can trim that in. So that can go to one side. Then a little bit on our blue disc here. I'm not sure what this is for, actually. A couple of blobs. Give it a squish around. Put that to one side. We have a broom to make as well, and they're not my favourite thing. And then fold this roughly in half. It's probably about so. This is a shovel. Just trying to see how it's going to be. They just want it on one side. So they want this stuck together like so. Come back. Scared of me. I understand. And then your piece of wood attached. I'm guessing the side which doesn't look so good would work for me. A little bit on the end of the wood to go on here. Not like that. Let's hold that together a second then. And that is our spade, and we can trim it afterwards. Get that more even, and that can go for drying as well. Then we have this piece here, which is just rolled away, and this is going to stick on one side. Let me give this a trim so I know where to put it. You need one on each side of this, so I'm going to do one, and then come and do the other one afterwards. So you could cut it out ready, but I'm going to go around with a crafting knife, like I do a lot of the stuff. And make sure that that is lined up, because it doesn't look it to me. Let me go and check that. Yeah, that's fine. And then we will get on with the broom next. There's a lot to do to this wheel. It's going to be a wheel, believe it or not. Just check it one more time because I moved it a bit. I'll make sure that that is good enough. Oh, it's already stuck. Wow, now I've moved it, of course I can't stop moving it. It was probably fine in the first place. Right, almost done. Okay, just put that to one side there. Now we're going to start with this broom. So this is the handle, and we need 2.8 centimeters of the handle, and we need 6 pieces of the rope at 3 centimeters each. Let me get those cut. Okay, and we are going to stick them with our stick basically in the middle, and then we are going to put some silver wire around, very similar to how we did the other one, which was that a broom? Something, yeah, I think it was. Well, at least they like their brooms. So I was going to put some tacky on for this actually. It'll work a bit better. And then you trim it afterwards. So I'm just going to get them all clumped together and roughly even. And then wrap up our wire and leave that for a little bit. Well, that one's definitely not even, is it? Okay, and you can leave that with me and I will get that done. Okay, and then you need 5 centimeters of our wire. I haven't cut it. I'm going to wrap it and cut it afterwards. And then once it's all dry, you're going to give your broom a trim. So I'm just going to wrap it around just a couple of times. Oh, it's come off. Let me start that again then. Oh, sorry. Wind came through the window. Okay, let's try that again. I know it doesn't have any glue on it. I mean, it's probably not dry. I did think there'd be some left. Maybe not. Let's put some on there then so that we can get that going at least, as it doesn't even want to stay in position. And that's all going to be trimmed to look like a broom. And I'm just going to put that to one side for a moment once I get this wire on it. Like I say, I'll cut the wire to fit basically. Let's put it like that then. It's going to be weird with me. Okay, we're going to make this little case. That's why my glue just splidged everywhere. My tacky. Okay, well, I forgot to press record. I was even pausing at all the right spots, but so what you also had to do was 2 pots with the green on it. They're gluey right now. Clothes hanger to hang a little vest that we also did right at the beginning. Okay, you can leave me. I was explaining that the curtains, and there's 3 of them, I think the other one's just blown across the table, is to pleat them all 3, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to do that on the actual house itself, or the build, when we get to the wall part. We also put on a doorknob. I can't remember if that was recorded or not, but it's there and that's drying. And now all we have to do to finish up is the wheel here. So let me get that cut out. You've seen me do it once. I don't think you need to see me do it again. Let me get it cut out with the scalpel and do the next part, and that will be done. And I'd be very surprised that I've achieved it, to be honest with you. Oh, we have one other thing. We have to do another clothesline. Wow, they like hanging out their laundry. Okay, so we have a clothesline to do. I won't bore you with me doing that again. Where these just need to go on one on each end, and that measurement is 4 point. I should turn the page again. 4.4. Then we need 4 strips which are going to go across the wheel like so, and cross over each other, and then pop this in the middle afterwards. So let me get and do that, because it's going to need to be really close to me, because there's no chance in hell otherwise. Okay, let me go and recover everything. Okay, and that's where we are after my little wind attack, the window got closed and everything found, so that's good. So the wheel, I would say, was the what can I say that's acceptable? It was a pain. Let's just go there. It was a pain. But that's everything done. So that's all the little pieces that we're going to need. So tomorrow, day 11, we can get on and do the build. I think I'll move the camera to be in the other position because we will be starting to do the bigger parts and getting everything together. There are going to be some other small parts, but they're not going to be as time consuming as all of these. So that's what we have done. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that building 5 is called the Happiness Courtyard, and it is the last building I believe we are going to be doing. So we finished up, of course, number 4, the breakfast shop. And that's totally finished now, and then this is the next piece, and that's all going to go to dry now, out the way, and I don't want to see the wheel again for a little while. Alrighty, I will see you tomorrow. Do please like and subscribe, leave any comments that you would like to, and I will get back to you, or you can email me, either way. And most of all, take care of yourselves, and that's what's most important, and I will see you tomorrow.